So the good news is I finally got in the set of Luna albums that I had ordered from Gmarket. The bad news is this is the condition the box arrived to me in. Now this was the package that I had some trouble receiving. There was a manufacturing delay on the Luna albums that pushed the release back about a week from the original scheduled release date. The physical copies ended up being released on February 26th, and on the 26th, the set of albums that I'd pre-ordered from the Gmarket seller Apple Music shipped out via EMS with no issues, and within 24 hours they had arrived to the US and were at the Office of Exchange in New York. That was on February 27th, but unfortunately after that the tracking did not update further and the albums did not move. After about a week with no updates, I contacted both the United States EMS number as well as Gmarket to ask them about the issue. I believe Gmarket may have filed a claim with the U.S. Postal Service because I received a letter in the mail last Tuesday, I believe it was, asking if I had received the package and asking me to fax my response back to them. Luckily, my new job does have a fax machine at the office, so I was able to use that. I did not hear anything else from them, but on Saturday morning I checked the tracking for my albums and it said that they had arrived at my local post office where I was able to pick them up. That was on Saturday, March 16th, just a couple days shy of 3 weeks from when the album shipped. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing it may have been a customs issue, especially judging by the fact that the package seems to have been opened and retaped shut. But I don't fault the seller or Gmarket at all. The seller shipped it out the day that the albums were released in Korea, which I really appreciated, and had EMS or the USPS not had that delay, I would have received them within 2 days of the album's release in Korea. Let's open this package up and make sure that everything is there that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be one copy of each version of Luna's Repackage album XX, as well as a set of all 4 posters in a poster tube. Okay, so inside you can see that we do have the poster tube, and I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, but at least a couple of the albums have come free of their bubble wrap, and unfortunately it does look like those may be the limited editions, because I see a flash of the turquoise color. So I really hope those are in good condition considering how rare those versions are turning out to be. Yeah, so bad news is the albums were bubble wrapped. However, these two were basically completely free of the bubble wrap. I don't want to blame the seller for that. I do suspect that this package was opened by customs, and if that's the case, customs could have taken them out of the bubble wrap and not repackaged them. But it is very unfortunate that those were the limited editions, because as you can see on the side, there is some structural damage to the albums as a result. They are both dented at the top corner, and this one has an additional dent on the side. And normally I don't like to blame those kinds of things on the shipping, because I know that sort of stuff can happen in the factory. But because of the way these were packaged, as well as the condition of the outer packaging, I do think that this happened during transit. Unfortunately, it does look like the same thing happened to the normal copies as well. This is limited B. Yeah, again, we can see a little bit of structural damage on the bottom, which is the part that was exposed on this album, and the same thing for normal A. So I am very glad that this is not my only set of copies, that I did have my backup set. Again, I don't necessarily want to put the blame on Gmarket, because it could have been that these were opened by customs and not repackaged, but I will say that the layers of bubble wrap that the albums were in are pretty flimsy, just 2 layers, 2 little sheets, and it was open on both sides, which would have allowed it to slip out. The poster tube, luckily, is completely undented, so those should be in good condition. With the plastic off, we can see a little bit closer the structural damage to the albums. There are dents on multiple corners. And the top of the spine is absolutely smashed in. That is the most glaring one for me. The dents, while disappointing, I could live with a lot more. For Limited B, again, we have the top of the spine is crushed in, as well as damage to multiple corners of the album. On Normal B, the top right corner is very crushed. We also have some scratch marks. The bottom left corner is also significantly damaged. There's this mark on the back right, and that at the bottom on the back. And Normal A appears to be the least worst off, with almost no visible damage on the front, but on the back we do have a wrinkled corner on both sides. It definitely could have been a lot worse. However, I am still pretty disappointed about this. K-pop albums aren't cheap to import into America, and when you spend over $100 on something, you really don't want it to arrive damaged in any way. Especially when it seems there was more that could have been done to protect the items from being damaged. I have already done a full unboxing of all 4 versions, so I am not going to be doing a full unboxing here. I'm just going to be doing photocard reveals, and I will link my unboxing in the description below. Limited A comes with one of 2 group photocards. Each group photocard contains 6 of the members. I previously pulled the group photocard that has Olivia Hye, so I'm hoping for the one that has Hustle this time. Again, that CD is just so pretty. Okay, I was about to say, did I seriously just get an album with no photocard after all of that? But it was just stuck on the last page. Thank goodness. I was honestly about to be even more disappointed. Had that been the case, of course that is a manufacturing error. It's not on the seller's part, but still would not have been happy. Luckily, I do have my photocard right here. And I did get the same unit as before, so this photocard will be up for trade for the other group photocard. Limited B contains one of 6 unit photocard. Each unit photocard contains 2 members of LOONA. I'm hoping for the one that has Heejin and Olivia Hye. Okay, I did not get that one, unfortunately. But I did get a duplicate of the Chu and Eve photocard, which is one of my favorite photocards. It's super cute, but this one will be up for trade for the Heejin and Olivia Hye card, because I do have another one of Chu and Eve that I am planning on keeping. And then for Normal A, I pulled Kim Lips last time. I am hoping for either Hostel or Olivia Hye's, as they are my 2 biases in LOONA. Aww. I did not get either of theirs, but I did get Chu's photocard, and Chu is super adorable and super gorgeous, and this is a very gorgeous photocard. But this one, as well as the Kim Lip one, will be up for trade for Hustle or Olivia Hye, simply because I am trying to limit my LOONA collection to just a couple members, simply because of how expensive their cards can get. Okay, so bad news. I was just taking a closer look at this card, and this card is damaged. I pulled it directly out of the album like this, and I was holding it like this, so I didn't scratch it or anything. But it has a giant dent right there in the middle. So that really sucks, because that means I'm probably not going to be able to trade or sell this card, because most people don't want a damaged photocard. And finally, for Normal B, I realized that I neglected to show the last page of this photo book in my unboxing. And that's what the last page is. It's a nice group picture of the girls. Aw, I got shoes again. Thankfully, this one isn't damaged. If she was one of my main biases, this would be an absolute dream photocard pull because I got her in 3 of my 4 albums. And she's such a beautiful girl. All of the members of Luna are such beautiful girls. I want to make it very clear that I'm not at all disappointed with the photocards themselves, and I would absolutely keep them if I wasn't trying really hard to restrict my collection. The thing I'm disappointed about is the condition of my normal A photocard, simply because it came right out of the album like that, and I've never seen that kind of damage on a photocard right out of the album. I'm sure it was something that happened in the factory, but it's just very disappointing because I've never seen something like that before. I've seen, where cards were stuck together and there might be an imprint in one of them, but that's not card-shaped. So I really don't know what happened there, but it is very disappointing. Good news is you can't see it until the light hits it. But the bad news is when the light hits it, it's very noticeable. And it was just kind of the cherry on top of a situation that really was not going well between the long wait to receive these albums, the damaged condition of the package, and then the damaged conditions of the albums themselves. Especially because, there's a pretty easy to see reason for the damaged albums. They weren't bubble wrapped as securely as they should have been. Whereas the photocard was sealed up within the album. There's no reason it should have been damaged like that. Now let's take a look at the posters. There do appear to be 4 posters that were in the tube. They are smaller posters again, as Luna posters are. I believe this is the limited B version. I think this is normal B, and I could be wrong. I'm just judging based on the album covers. Yeah, they do seem to correspond almost exactly with the album covers, so this would be normal A, and this is limited A. Very pretty posters. For the most part, the print on them is a lot clearer than it was on the previous Luna posters. Limited A is the only one that appears to have that grainy, more overexposed image. That is it for today's K-pop haul. I hope you enjoyed. I do want to apologize a little bit because I know that I probably came off a bit bitter throughout this video. I am very grateful to have been able to purchase these albums and very lucky that I did receive these in mostly good condition, especially considering there were many people out there who had their orders canceled due to the manufacturing stock issues. I am very fortunate that that was not the case for me with any of my orders, and that this order did not get lost, that I did receive all of the albums that I ordered. It was just a series of minor issues that overall added up to a less pleasant experience. If you'd like to watch a full unboxing of these albums, you can check that out on my channel, along with my other K-pop hauls and unboxings. And if you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.